Tonight, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see, and the Philadelphia Eagles versus Jared Goff and the Washington football team.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that.
At the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Washington.
Here's Goff. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Todd Gurley, the ball carrier.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Out of the gun. Goff. He's going to drop this underneath to Ingram. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Goff. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
First carry for Raheem Mostert.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
First down. First and 10 at the...
They hand it off to Mostert.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Raheem Mostert, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with prior to the game. They always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, it gives like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better. Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up second.
And a former Heisman winner. This is Mark Ingram. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
7 yards there and a first down.
39-yard line. A gain of 7. And a Washington first down.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Goff with the give to...
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Amari Cooper, his first touchdown on the year.
And Washington able to make this a close game again.
And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone.
Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it second.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Deshaun Watson sacked.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36.
Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted,
now the ball comes loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. It's a foot race. The 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
And his kick is right through. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball. Here as the kicks away following that fumble return.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Brady is trash. Brady is trash. Brady is trash. Brady is trash.
Back to throw, Goff. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back. In this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He was a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. This short throw caught by Goddard. Fighting through, and he's got space. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 2 yards the long.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get it.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Out of the gun, Watson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 14.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the...
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Watson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 24-yard line.
A gain of 20.
A good pickup there of 22.
Washington.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Complete to number 85.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Goff on first down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
Now Washington going to use the second timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Again, Goff. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Complete to
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
Washington.
And Washington able to cut into that deficit.
Point after.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in a second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left.
Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
Taken in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
40-yard line.
On first down, it's Watson, escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Throwing again is Watson. And now they're good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up
an extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
A shotgun snap for Watson. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
A 50-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. So good work there to get points just before the half as they add on to their lead.
As trite as it sounds, every little bit helps. That's exactly what they're going for. Anytime you get a chance to put points on the board, you take it.
And they didn't leave the other side with much time at all on the clock.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
You sure you're ready for the 3rd quarter? Need to use the bathroom or anything? All right, cool. Let's go. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Third quarter starts with a run from Mostert.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Out to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
7.
Now it's Watson. A bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
48-yard line.
Here's Mostert. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. This is Mostert. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column. They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Over the middle, it's complete. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Mostert. And he stopped immediately there. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Flush to his right. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards on the play. Watson now to throw. Well, we know he's got the speed. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Watson with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Ingram again. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Dallas Goedert.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
The give to Mark Ingram.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the gun, here's Goff. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Yards to go.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
On first down, they go with Mostert again.
Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
3-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
On 2nd down, Mostert.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 16 yards, a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles are pouring it on.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left. And their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game is an outsider.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him. But how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good? They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
15 yards on the play, 1st down.
15. 1st down, Washington.
I'm coming after you. 10's the mic. 10's the mic.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. DeMarcus Robinson, the intended target on that one. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again is Goff. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Washington on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 43.
They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington 1st down.
Washington.
Goff on 1st down. This short throw caught by Goddard. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. To the air again. Goff. His pass caught at the 4. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And Washington able to close the gap just a bit.
And the lead is down to 24. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. Work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Their line set to kick off.
And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
For an Eagle.
14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
At the 25-yard line.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
Watson eluding the pressure right. He'll run it, and he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get him down right around the 16.
Ball carrier.
Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
carrier.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now Mostert. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal.
They're going to run for it. It's Moss.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff looking middle, and that's complete. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Goff now looks to throw. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. He's going to let it fly. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Eagles, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll be